Crowd assembled at Ayr for the third and final day of the Western Festival. Good to firm in places was the official description of the ground. The action started with a mile nursery. Raucous behaviour was backed from 5-2 into 15-8 favourite. Commentary on the first 4 races at Ayr from Ian Bartlett.
They're off. They raced away over a mile, and a little bit slower than the others was Bridal Bell as they begin, and Residence and Spa in the pink jacket is just the first one to go through and lead. Golden Blaze with the red and white, the green cap on the outside. Dar's Right in black colours behind these. Bridal Bell orange sleeves against the rails. Green with the red cap is favourite Raucous Behaviour. Share of 4th place on the outside as they leave the back straight. Cosmic Moon is next, and then Diamond Penny races on the outside of Percap, who has the yellow sleeves and is just at the back of the field. As now Golden Blaze has come up along the outside of Residence and Spa as they come on towards the halfway stage. Dar's Right is 2 lengths behind them in 3rd place, and then comes Bridal Bell against the rails in 4th. These are followed by Raucous Behaviour, just shoved along a little bit at the moment. Cosmic Moon is next, and then Diamond Penny, and Percap is at the rear of the field as they head down the straight. And with a white face, Golden Blaze continues to be battling it out with Residence and Spa. Left of those, the black jacket is Dar's Right. The left on the green jacket, red cap under pressure is Raucous Behaviour. Bridal Bell, one off the rails coming through as Golden Blaze is drifting towards the centre hand, but a couple of bridles. Bridal Bell is there. Here comes Cosmic Moon now trying to throw down a challenge. Dar's Right is on the outside. Golden Blaze still clinging on, but Dar's Right, and on the far side Bridal Bell with a blue cap. These 3 in line as they approach the last 100 yards. Bridal Bell now is just getting through with Lee Topless. Bridal Bell is leading by a half length and wins to Golden Blaze, Dar's Right and Diamond Penny.
A Bridal Bell, Lee Topless 7-2, Golden Blaze 33-1 was second, Dar's Right 25-1 third, and all 8 ran. A rather a messy contest this. There's not much between all of them by the end, and although Paul Hannigan rode Cosmic Moon for Richard Fahey, it was the Fahey other one, Bridal Bell, who's making her 3rd start, that got on top near the end to deprive Golden Blaze, who was a 7-race maiden coming into the race. I'm not sure this form is absolutely as solid as it should be. The William Hill Ayr Silver Cup came up next at 2:15. Tiddlywinks attracted all the late money, 6-1 into 4s.
They're off. Get away then, 6 furlongs in front of them. Sunny Red has missed the break completely, and Hotham and Hogmanay were slowly away. On the far side, below 0 advance. The first ones to show, Manassas is with these. Bonnie, Charlie and Colonel Mack are up there from Gap Princess, something towards the back of that group. Hogmanay, and also towards the far side there is Sea of Leaves as they head down towards the halfway stage. As they do so, over the far side, the leader there, Manassas, but the near side, Joseph Henry leads to Paver Shoes and Favourite Girl. Misplaced Fortune and Kelly's Eye behind these. Further back to Lather, then Irish Heartbeat. Hajum to the right of that group. Able Master under pressure. Tiddlywinks right at the back of the field. Heading down to the 2 marker then. Hajum and Favourite Girl the near side. Manassas had advanced over the far side of the track. Definitely's come a solo right down the centre. Joseph Henry and Misplaced Fortune are up towards the near side as they head to the closing stages. And near side now coming through is Irish Heartbeat with Misplaced Fortune. Hajum with those, but on the far side, Colonel Mack, and it's the far side who've got it now. Colonel Mack is going through to win. In 2nd place, Sunny Red, Advanced Misplaced Fortune, and Irish Heartbeat.
Colonel Mack, Philip Makin 33-1, Sunny Red 25-1 second, Misplaced Fortune 12-1 in 3rd, and Advanced at 14-1 was 4th. The 5th was Irish Heartbeat. Non-runners 17 and 27 and 25 ran. And wouldn't you know it, the draw bias has been on the stand side all week so far, but up the far side, the group of 10 was led home by Colonel Mack from Sunny Red, who missed the break and was very unfortunate not to give David Nichols another win in one of these races, and they finish a long way, or some way ahead of the near side. Unlucky horse was Tiddlywinks, well back favourite in the Guy Reed colours of pink, just never got a run and finished full of running. The Group 3 Firth of Clyde Stakes came up at 2:45. Rinth, the 11-8 favourite.
And that's it, they're ready. They're off. They race away, 6 furlongs in front of them. They come down the centre of the track early on, and they're going to head to the far side. Majestic Dubawi, the first of the ones in blue and white colours, leads. On the right is Shoshone Wind in the beige jacket. Tallahassee, the light blue colours. The extreme left is Days of Summer in the grey colours, and Strictly Pink in the pink jacket is next to her. Rinth, the favourite, dark green and yellow with the yellow cap, white faces. To one from the back of the field, Ragsar is the back marker as they head down towards halfway, and it's Shoshone Wind leading. Majestic Dubawi in second, Tallahassee in the light blue colours in third, Morticia against the rails, white and dark blue. Finoon, blue with a white cap, is next. Then comes Barefoot Lady, Strictly Pink and Days of Summer. Rinth, a lot of horses in front of her here looking for a way through. Similar story for Ragsar inside the 2. Majestic Dubawi coming through the throw down, the challenge to Shoshone Wind, and these two by a couple of lengths at this stage to Finoon, and then comes Tallahassee, Barefoot Lady behind this. Ragsar and Rinth are trying to close. They're still well back. It's Majestic Dubawi and Chris Catlin in front. Finoon moving into second place as they approach the line. Majestic Dubawi's clear though. Barefoot Lady and Finoon tight for them second and third. Behind those was Morticia in fourth.
Majestic Dubawi, Chris Catlin 22-1. Ragsar 130 in second. A Barefoot Lady at 6-1 was third. Non-runner 10 and 10 ran. Now, this was something of a turn-up. The winner, Majestic Dubawi, who'd won a Modest Bath Maiden last time, was the lowest rated of those with any official mark, and yet made a mockery of that with a fairly comprehensive win over Ragsar and Barefoot Lady, who lost her unbeaten record. Unfortunately, Finoon appeared to suffer quite a serious injury in the closing stages. And the 320 saw the big one, the William Hill Ergo Cup Heritage Handicap. Johnny Mudball, drawn high, 13-2 favourite.
Started holding him for a while here. They're off. Racing them without Tajnid, who was withdrawn as they get away from the 6 furlong gate, and Riley's Keeping Faith is one of the first to show on the far side with Johannes, also Nodding Wood, Castles in the air, Jimmy Stars and D'Amica is with those as well. In behind these runners, Barney McGrew in a prominent position, and then in behind those is Prime Exhibit on the far side. Jenky and Hawkeye the Newer towards the back of that group as they head down towards the halfway stage, and as they head now towards the last few furlongs, the near side Striking Spirit leading to Victoire de Leadfar in second place, and then in behind that Nowhere to Go, and then comes Johnny Mudball, and these are followed through by Quest for Success. Further back to Flipando, and then comes Redford as they head down with about 2 furlongs to go now. Victoire de Leadfar trying to take it up the near side, but is under pressure to do so. On the far side, Notting Wood and Barney McGrew. Hitchens is with those, Castles in the air, Jimmy Stars coming home well. Victoire de Leadfar and Redford the near side, and also there Johnny Mudball heading towards the closing stages. Hitchens the far side, Redford the near side. These are the pair as they race towards the line. Jenky flying, Redford's won it to Hitchens, Victoire de Leadfar and Jenky.
Redford, a second consecutive Ergo Cup success for Frankie Dettori, 14-1. Victoire de Leadfar 8-1 in second, Hitchens 25-1 third, Jenky fourth at 8-1, non-runner 5 and 26 ran. Wouldn't you know it, just as the bias appeared to have gone to the far side, most of the runners did. 2 down the near side, what came first and second, and of course they were trained by David Nichols. Redford could be seen just cruising throughout the race, and for once, when asked to go about and win the race, he did so in very emphatic style from Victoire de Leadfar. On the far side, Hitchens and the ever-consistent Jenky came home first and second. 3:55, the John Connor Memorial Handicap over 7 furlongs. Just one for the road. 4-1 into 9-4.
Last one's in. And they're off. They've raced away, and a very slow start there from Academy Blues. Lost a few lengths at the start, and also Fulham by chased along through the opening furlong. Celtic Sultan began best and leads them through the opening furlong. From in second position, Zero Money in the purple and grey, then came Just One for the Road. Move out there, Captain Ramius to sit in third position as they go down towards the end of the far side from Collateral Damage, and Esoterica is down to the inside of Captain Ramius, and then Dock of the Bay, followed out wider then by Kiwi Bay. He went to post early. Further back in the field then came the Osteopath, who's in the yellow and blue. Fulham By, who was slow to stride, is still out the back, with also the equally slow to stride Academy Blues. They're about to race away back towards home, and Celtic Sultan has a big lead, at least about 8 lengths clear as he enters the home run. From in second, Zero Money. On the inside is Just One for the Road. Now shaken along is Collateral Damage. Also now being pushed along Captain Ramius. Then came Esoterica. Dock of the Bay out wider still as they continue up the straight towards the final couple. Celtic Sultan not so far in front now, only a few lengths ahead, and here come the pack. Zero Money now looking to chase down. Then Just One for the Road. Dock of the Bay out wide on the track with the noseband on as they come towards the final furlong, and it's Dock of the Bay now produced to go on with Zero Money. They go by Celtic Sultan, then Just One for the Road. Coming inside the final half furlong, it's Dock of the Bay going on from Zero Money and up to the line. Dock of the Bay not doing much in front, but it was enough to win. Dock of the Bay beat Zero Money, then Celtic Sultan clear from Just One for the Road and Captain Ramius.
Dock of the Bay, PJ McDonald 12 to 1, Zero Money second 6 to 1, Celtic Sultan at 20 to 1 was third, non-runners 9, 11 and 13 and 11 ran. Well, Dock of the Bay had shown he was back in form with a second at Goodwood earlier in the week. He always travelled well enough to win this, but carried his head rather awkwardly in the closing stages and only just did enough. That was his first success for 3 years, and it's not hard to see why. He might have trouble following up. Zero Money remains in very good form, finished second, and Celtic Sultan made a bold bid from the front and managed to cling on for third. That race has all of the last 4 was called home by Alan Howes, and the 4:30 saw King's Gambit, a well-backed favourite, 5 to 2 into 15 to 8 ahead of Vesuve.
All in, and they're off. They've raced away the WilliamHill.com Doonside Cup over 1 mile and 2 furlongs, and King's Gambit sent into the early lead by Jamie Spencer and races on to just under a couple of lengths advantage through the opening furlong and a half or so to Suits Me, who's running in second in the pink and black, looking for a third course win. Then King's Destiny to the outside under Steve Drown in the red and black, a further length and a half away to on the inside Vesuve under Frankie Dettori, who won the Gold Cup earlier on. Nanton is next up on the outside. Nanton, who was 4th in this race 12 months ago. Further couple of lengths away to Circumvent, and that one disputing last with Kirk Lees, who's having his first run of the year today. Getting down towards the end of the far side shortly then, and it's King's Gambit who still leads up, has made every yard so far. He's in front by just under a couple still to Suits Me, who's racing on the inside of King's Destiny, and they're racing in second and third. Vesuve is then next in 4th position. He then in turn has at least a couple of lengths over Circumvent, who's running alongside Nanton. Kirk Lees is still towards the back of the field, and they're about to exit out of the far side and head towards the final half mile. As they do so, King's Gambit the leader by a length to Suits Me. King's Destiny to the outside in a close-up third. A further couple of lengths away to Vesuve, who's running in 4th, and Nanton is next, and then the grey followed by Circumvent, and then came Kirk Lees. They travel up the home stretch now, and inside the final 3, it's still King's Gambit the one to pass. Vesuve on the inside there on the right-hand side, now looking to move up and challenge. Suits Me is driven. Kirk Lees is also staying on the left-hand side with the white cap. It's still King's Gambit in the centre, the pink and green, but now overtaken by Kirk Lees and Vesuve. The Godolphin pair now go up to mix it with King's Gambit. They're coming inside the final furlong. On the inside, Vesuve has come through to lead up now from King's Gambit, who's sticking on really tenaciously, but it's Vesuve under Frankie who lead by a neck, and up to the line. Vesuve is going to win the Doonside Cup. Vesuve the winner from King's Gambit in second, again running second as well. Circumvent was back in third, and a pleasing return from Kirk Lees in 4th.
Vesuve, Frankie Dettori 2 to 1 beat King's Gambit, the 15 to 8 favourite. Non-runner 1 and 7 ran. And King's Gambit had finished in front of Vesuve over a furlong shorter last time they met. But with Dettori on and in great form, Vesuve, who stays this trip really well, managed to gain his revenge in a tight finish. fact that Dettori chose the road ride Vesuve over Kirk Lees, who ran really well on his first start for a long time, was an indication. Quality horses in this race. At 5 o'clock was a handicap over a mile. Open betting, Arjo Mac 7-2, Culpeper second at 9-2.
Now Tiger Reigns. They're set to go. And they're off. They've raced away the WilliamHill.com Ayrshire handicap over a mile. Camerooni driven early to bag the lead, and that he does so through the opening furlong under Dale Swift. Also ridden early as Dream Lodge to get a prominent placing. Osteopathic Remedy to the outside, then Tiger Reigns on the inner in the white and black, then followed by Joe Mack, who's in the red and green, then Culpeper, Balcarce Nov, last year's winner Extraterrestrial, and then came Rain Rush, and the back marker is Daludar. Racing down towards the end of the far side, then Camerooni is the leader by just over a length or so to Dream Lodge in second. Osteopathic Remedy is racing round the outside in third. These are now quickly drawn 5 lengths clear from Tiger Reigns, Joe Mack, Balcarce Nov and Culpeper. Then down towards the inside is Daludar. Still further back in the field there is Rain Rush, and that's just about last on turning for home, along with Extraterrestrial. A 3-way go for the lead. These trio has got a long way away from the others through the early part of the journey. Camerooni to the inside, now picked off by Osteopathic Remedy, who now goes on from Camerooni, who tries to battle on. Dream Lodge is back in third. Then came Tiger Reigns, who's travelling well into the race, and then Joe Mack, who's out wider on the track with the noseband in the green and red. Then Culpeper, who's even wider still, approaching the final furlong shortly. Osteopathic Remedy now taken on by Tiger Reigns down the outside, and here came Culpeper and Joe Mack. They're late on the scene, but it's Tiger Reigns and Phil Macon who lead inside the final furlong. So Osteopathic Remedy, Dream Lodge, and then Culpeper down the outside, but Tiger Reigns goes on to win the Ayrshire handicap, and a double for Phil Macon. It'll be tight for second, Culpeper and Dream Lodge, and then came Joe Mack.
Tiger Reigns, Philip Macon 14-1, Culpeper 9-2 second, Dream Lodge at 11-1 was third, non-runners 1, 2, 7 and 14, and 10 ran. Tiger Reigns had finished behind several of today's rivals in recent races, but clearly benefited from the strong pace set by, amongst others, his stable companion Osteopathic Remedy. It was all change in the final 2 furlongs, and Tiger Reigns, who won 5 times in 2009 but hasn't matched those heights so far this year, returned right back to his best and won in decisive style. And the final race of the 3-day Ayr Festival saw Dazzling Light backed from 9-2 into 7-2 for the mile and 5 handicap.
Best Prospect, the final one in, and they're off. They've raced away in the Ashley Construction handicap over 1 mile and 5 furlongs. And the first to begin is Cosmic Sun under Paul Hannigan to lead up from Because We Can as they charge up to the opening bend. Bolin Felix is prominent against the rail as they go round it and head out into the country. On the inside there is Royal Swain, who's next on the inside of Strathcowl as they went round the bend. Then came Lady Lockmar, who's further back in the field, looking to bookend the card for Richard Fahey and lead topless, having taken the opener here on Gold Cup Day. Dazzling Light is further back with Camps Bay to the inside on first run for Brian Ellison, and the back marker is Best Prospect. They're heading inside the final 10 furlongs of the journey then, and it's Cosmic Sun who leads up by about a length or so from Because We Can, who's sitting in second. Bolin Felix is running back in third position. These in turn about 3 or so lengths clear from Royal Swain, who's next under PJ McDonald. Then came Strathcowl, he's back in fifth. A further length and a half away to Lady Lockmar, who's running next position and racing with 3 horses behind. Camps Bay on the inside, to the outside is Dazzling Light, and the back marker Best Prospect and Phil Macon, who's looking for a treble this afternoon here at Ayr. Went inside the final 7.5 furlongs, and as they did so, it's still Cosmic Sun who bowls along out in front. They're not going too much of a gallop though, Because We Can is just under a length away in second. A further length and a half back to Bolin Felix in third, and Strathcowl racing round the outside of Royal Swain. They're filling out the next 2 positions, and then came Lady Lockmar from Camps Bay. He's still racing with 2 horses behind. The mare Dazzling Light, who was third in this race last year, and still right towards the back of the field, had been held up, is Best Prospect. They're about to exit the far side then. Cosmic Sun and Paul Hannigan from Because We Can in second, and then back in third is Bolin Felix. Royal Swain is running in fourth, and then came Strathcow, followed by Lady Lookmar. Still further back then is Dazzling Light, and still also out the back is Best Prospect, and are about to turn their heads back towards home. Camps Bay is also still at the rear. Off the final bend, then heading inside the final 3.5, and it's Cosmic Sun who leads the charge from Because We Can, who's shaken up on the outside. Moving through on the inner is Bolin Felix with 2.5 to run. Royal Swain is back in fourth, and then Camps Bay, followed by Strathcow. They're heading down towards the final quarter mile, and it's still Cosmic Sun who's the one to pass. He races about 2 lengths clear from Because We Can, then Royal Swain and Bolin Felix. Not too many have got involved here. They're racing towards the final furlong, and it's Cosmic Sun who's out in front. Royal Swain now trying hard on the far side to catch. Then came Because We Can and Camps Bay and Bolin Felix. It's Cosmic Sun who's out in front and is holding on grittily, and a double on the car for Richard Fahey. Cosmic Sun the winner from Royal Swain in second, Because We Can third, and then came Camps Bay.
Cosmic Sun, Paul Hannigan 4 to 1, Royal Swain second 9 to 1, Because We Can 4 to 1 in third, non-runners 10 and 11, and 9 ran. A fitting end to proceedings, a 7th win at the meeting for trainer Richard Fahey, 6 for champion-elect Paul Hannigan. And Cosmic Sun had been running appallingly, or at least moderately, but the fitting of cheek pieces and a canny tactical front-running ride seemed to make all the difference, and he returned to something like his form of old. Runner-up Royal Swain was having just his 4th run on the flat, and this after 3 months off, and shaped with a great deal of promise. Look at the winners. Oh, Redford won the main one, 14 to 1 for Frankie Dettori. The silver went to Colonel Mack at 33 to 1. There are other shock wins for Majestic Dubawi, Dock of the Bay and Tiger Reigns on a day that wasn't really that punter friendly.